Welcome to the podcast.
Woo!
We're back from SHOTShow, so it's been 3 weeks since we did our last podcast. So we got a lot of business to talk about. Primarily, Liong Mah has that guy. Is that pointing that direction, or is that right?
Yes, this way. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Especially this guy. See, I thought I had it mirrored for me because that's
Maybe I
right.
don't have it
That's
mirrored
left.
for me.
Oh, but it's got, okay, never mind. Liong Mah has got new stuff to talk about. So we're going to talk about that. But primarily, we need to, number one, now that we're back from SHOTShow. Oh, and by the way, as soon as we returned back, I mean, he returned back probably about the same day I did, right? Or the next day.
Yeah.
And the next day, we were both sick with a virus, which was probably the new variant of COVID or whatever. So
Exactly.
I lost my sense of taste and smell. He got the same symptoms. And so we did SHOTShow for a week, and then we got sick for a week, and we couldn't afford to be sick for a week because we had a shitload of things to do once we got back. So that was very annoying. SHOTShow. So I got some swag from SHOT that I'm going to do a giveaway on at some point in time, but I've got a couple of these that I don't care about. So, I mean, if somebody wants one of the SHOTShow with the directory and, you know, some other stuff, let me know, put it in. Maybe we'll include it with our giveaway. And so the winner of the giveaway, unfortunately, was 3 weeks ago. It should have, you know, we were hoping we could get one done, a podcast done while we were at SHOT, but that never worked out. But here's the winner of, okay, and so you know who you are, damn it.
Mike Reese, 15.
Yeah, Mike Reese. And so you're the winner. And he goes, this is kind of appropriate, right? That you'd be fun to hang out with, blah, 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 go drinking, whatever. And we did that at SHOTShow. I did. But
Lee did the drinking. I just did the
not a drop. Okay, so this is the Blue Ridge Flight Kaiser Sheepdog, and it's just a really smooth, really nice knife. And so this is like brand spanky new in the box, and that will go out to Mike Reese, and I'll throw in, you know, one of the most desirable, incredibly difficult to get items in the world. And it's elegant and incredible. It's the Love Them Knives.
Patch. Oh my God, you're giving away a patch?
Glow in the dark. Okay, glow in the dark. And maybe I'll throw you in a SHOTShow. If you want the SHOTShow program thing, I'll throw that in to you, Mike. Because like Mike, if I could be like Mike. And so there you go, Mike. And what we're going to give away now, and we discussed this before I started recording, is, oh my God, get ready. What's the new giveaway? Holy crap. It's the Eutektik EFD, Everyday Field Duty. You will be one of the few people in the universe, one of the first few people in the universe to own a field duty, a Eutektik field duty, okay? Howdy doody to you. Now, I don't know if I should screw this one up or leave it stock. Because I was thinking about dumping it in the blue, sapphire blue dye and dye the scales for you. But maybe I should leave it gray. Okay, I should leave it alone. But then I need another gray one to experiment and see how the sapphire blue would look on this sucker. That would be way cool. Maybe I'll dye it anyhow, because you know what? You don't even deserve getting one to begin with, so don't bitch about it now being blue, okay? Okay? Okay, so, but yeah, I think I'm going to sapphire blue the sucker and and people are like, does that rub off on your hands? I don't know. Does this yellow rub off on my hands? No, it's dye. It dyes things, and it's dye. It's there. I've got shit I dyed like 5 years ago. It's still, yeah, no problem. So yeah, like this doesn't rub off on purple. This is, whatever. So I'm sure they put coloring.
Is full fast and it stays in the material.
Yeah. So I'm just getting to be an asshole about talking about it because I've been asked so many times about it. It's like, no, but you're going to die if you ask me about it one more time.
You know what? You could post all the information and you could write it all down, but then there'll be people who ask you the questions because you posted about it, but they didn't bother to read the post whatsoever.
Yeah. And they never saw they'll ask me like, does this have bearings on it? And I did a complete disassembly, right?
Right.
It's like, okay, 14 minutes in.
They can't be bothered, Lee. They can't be bothered.
I know. I hate it when people are just like too lazy to do that. All I say is, here you go. Here you go. Speaking of bastard knives, the Venator, bastard knives, they're Spanish. This one's done by Best Tech. So not too shabola. And it's 9 inches, 4-inch blade. It's a monster. It's crazy with the carbon fiber and blah, blah, blah. So it's cool. And, I love their microfiber cloths. Those are, just doesn't get much better than that.
That's jazzy. Jazzy.
It's snazzy, jazzy. If they would come out with a T-shirt like that, I'd be all over that.
You'll wear it. I know you'll wear it.
I would wear it. I would totally wear it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we know what we're giving away. We know who won the last giveaway. And I bitched about, I got to bitch about my website. By the way, I'm putting a link on my website. So, you want to sell knives on my website. Everybody's invited to do so. Click on that. There's a link there. Click on that, and it gives you a 20-minute primer on everything you need to consider when you put knives on my website. Here's all the charges. Here's the breakdown of the fees you have to pay, which are very, very reasonable. Okay, probably too cheap. And then information I'd like to have if you send me knives, like a printed list that you email to me so I can cut and paste them on your vendor software, right? That kind of thing. And then, when do you get paid? At the end of the month, when I do reconciliations, blah, blah, blah. And, Cash App or Zelle. And I can write you a check. I really don't prefer to, but whatever. So that kind of stuff is all broken down in that video. This is stuff I don't prefer. Scribble on a piece of paper. Okay, so what knife is this? See, this stumped me, actually. Most of them don't. Like, I know what the Tactile Turn Maverick and Benchmade Freak. Okay, I get it. Okay. But this got me. So, and the guy still hasn't responded because I asked him, what is this? I'm sorry. I mean, it was sterile. The pouch had nothing on it. The blade had nothing on it. It was completely sterile. And so I needed to know what a Trevor Berger Urban XL was, because see, that's what this is. And the only way I found out is I was texting back and forth to Sean. And Sean, we know he's Mr. Bougie. He loves the expensive knives, all the da-da-da. And so this thing, these Trevor Berger stuff, it's a burger, but it's not juicy. You can't eat it. But it's a knife. It goes from like $750 up to $950 or whatever. I don't know. But he goes, oh, yeah. I send him a picture of the knife. That's Trevor Berger, blah, blah, blah. And I go, oh, God, thank you. I've been searching the internet for an hour now. See, I don't like wasting a whole hour or whatever trying to research it and you don't respond to me and stuff. If you're a seller, please.
But Lee, it's so much fun just to make you have to search and find and do this and that, and then then you have to charge people more money because you didn't make any money because you spent 6 hours trying to find out what one knife was instead of 5 minutes. Yeah.
But I've got guys that give me the name, the model number. They give the whole printout like you would find on Blade HQ or something. Overall length, blade length. Is it a worn clip? Is it this? The scale material, the color, blah, blah, blah. The weight, blah, 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 all the way down. They just cut and paste the whole thing and send it to me and cut and paste their whole list of knives and email it to me. And I can just cut and paste it right into their vendor file. I love you. I love you. But and there's other people that are even maybe more efficient. Spyderco, PM2, whatever. But they put the link right under it. They give me a link of where they bought it. Bang! I just click on it. It gives me all the information I need. Boom. I mean, that's brilliant.
The what Lee is trying to say is make his life easier so that he can make you money quicker.
Yeah, because I'm going to raise my fee to 95% if you do that. Okay? You do that, I'm just keeping the knife. And they go, well, what happened to that knife? What do you mean? What knife? You mean the blah, 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 blah? I'm sorry. What was that knife, actually? Because I could never identify it. It must not exist.
Right.
No, I figured it out. I didn't need a response from him, but I mean, it took some doing. And really, wow. If you do that for every week I probably get about 50 knives in. If I had to do that for 50 knives, it would take me the whole week. An hour a knife, 50 hours a week. I've got other things I need to do, like drink beer.
I did tell you you're working harder in your retirement age than you were in your working age. Right?
Oh my God. Whew. Lord. Do you know anything about Three Rivers Manufacturing? I've had knives come and go through my site, but I've never owned one. I never owned one. Every time I get one, I go, ooh, I really like the Atom. And then when the snakeskin texturing on their titanium came out, it was like, God, that is really nice. Now, these are not bearings, so they don't drop shutty, whatever. They're more like the Sabenza, which takes a while to break in on washers, blah, blah, blah. But I don't care. USA made all the way through, all the shit. I mean, it's delightful. I'm going to put it up on my... Yeah, there you go. Now, I'm done. Let's talk about Liong Mah knives, because you're right. We need to.
We don't have to talk about Liong Mah knives.
Oh, no. Yeah, we do.
Go off the knife. So, you guys saw like the preview on my, social media right before SHOTShow. And I got probably like the best response on this one knife. This knife, which is like the monoblock titanium cuff 3.5 with magna cut steel. Okay, so I couldn't believe the response I got on this. And in a day, I had like almost 20 hours of views for a 15-second video. And so I'm letting my dealers do the pre-orders on this. And a dealer has already signed up to do pre-orders on this. And I will also be selling it when I receive them, hopefully before Blade Show, maybe after Blade Show. And I'll announce that there'll be a drop. I just don't want to go through the whole pre-order process where I hold on to your money for months and then something happened like a pandemic and then the factory shut down and I have no idea about the future. So even though like things happen and eventually people got their knives, but I know that I don't want to go through that again. And so I will do drops when they are available, and I will announce them. And hopefully at Blade Show, I will have a few for people who want to buy them, And the rest of the line is going to come trickle in as they come along. But yeah, I mean, like the carbon fiber edition, which is also the most popular one of my previous line. Yeah, I will have my dealers do the pre-orders. Like Knife Center will do a pre-order, and other dealers, if they want to take part in it, they will do the pre-orders. And then when I receive them, whoever wasn't part of their pre-order, they can buy through my website on drops and stuff like that.
Now, let me ask you this. If you're going to have dealers doing the pre-orders, and you see that all the time, Knife Center, Blade HQ and stuff do pre-orders. But, okay, if they're doing the pre-orders, will you have a list of dealers that are doing pre-orders? Will you have it posted on your website or what?
I will find out, and I will coordinate with my dealers, and this way I can begin the work, like begin doing like the photographs, the more detailed photographs of these knives, and then be able to post them on my site. And I'll put a list of which dealer are doing the pre-order. That's a great idea, Lee. That's a great idea, and they can participate with the dealers. And this way they can go and take advantage of the pre-order, and they'll be one of the first ones to get them and not have to wait for the drops and everything.
Yeah. I mean, if you want one, then the first thing you'll want to know is who are the dealers that'll be doing the pre-order, because I want to sign up for a pre-order. Then I'd be one of the first ones to get it. So, I mean, if you really want one, that'd be the way to do it. So there's that. So yeah, I would make it on my website, like pre-order. I'd have that as one of the pictures when you go on Liong Mah and click on the cuff,
right?
Pre-orders, dealers that you can pre-order through. Here's the list, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Great idea.
Still fighting it.
Oh my goodness, I've been, and the funny thing, before we got out, I was telling Lee, after the flu, I had allergies. So I don't even know what was wrong with me, right? It's like flu, allergies, COVID, which one is which, but unless you have like the lab test right there and then, you have no idea what exactly is happening in your system. But yesterday, my vehicle being parked outside for like 45 minutes to an hour, when I came back, there was like a yellow coat on my vehicle. Like,
pollen. Oh, God.
So I was like, oh, it's allergy season.
Oh, God. Yeah, and I do that too. I think what I'm doing right now, maybe, I hear that Melaleuca trees, my brother always curses them. I think they were brought over back in the day from Australia, and they're just, everybody's allergic to them practically when they pollinate out. They're a mess. Okay, whatever. But
what can we do? Yeah, so I'll definitely work with my website team to put up pictures of the new product. And then,
the cuff. Let me ask you a question. This cuff that's coming out with the Magna Cut is going to be full tie. The monoblock, which means it's not really an integral, but it looks like it. Okay, so it's really cool in that in that way.
So,
how big blade length, overall length, is the cuff that we're talking about?
This is 3.5 inch. So from this line right here on the handle near the opening hole, all the way to the blade tip is 3.5 inch. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so this is the same size as the cuff V2, but it doesn't have the top flipper, and it is a monoblock titanium handle. So it will weigh a little bit more than the carbon fiber and the G10 monoblocks, but I had so many requests for both sides looking the same. Hint, hint.
I'm not saying shit, okay?
Some people are like, oh, I don't like knives that look different on two sides. So I finally yielded to people, and now both sides are titanium. The
I
next one
only went that way because this guy told me that he didn't like half and half. So, but he's obviously a terrorist. Hey, if you stay in the Trump International in Vegas, you got to walk by the gift shop. And okay, how many beers did I had? I was hanging out at the bar having beers with Big Red EDC, and I have no idea how many. But yeah, this guy got bought by me when I was Bluetooth speaker. He's a Bluetooth speaker. Actually, not that bad. Okay, never mind. Let's go. Okay, so the cuff, full tie. It's a frame lock.
Frame lock.
Okay.
Yes. Frame lock. It has CPM Magna Cut steel blade and full titanium handle, stainless hardware, and titanium mill pocket clip. So everything on the 3 and the 4 EDC versions of the cuff, except it's 3.5 inch. And it's the same width as the 4 inch.
Yeah, the 3.5. I mean, that's nice. I probably wouldn't be a huge fan of a 3, but 3.5. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That'd be great.
You want
to carry
8-inch blade, 9-inch handle.
I know. It's not everybody's cup of tea. No, but I'd be. I mean, you did have one that was bigger than 3.5, right?
I had a 4-inch, a full 4-inch one.
Yeah, I've had one roll through here in the last year or two or whatever, and I go, "Ooh, they make them for full-grown men." I didn't know that. Get out of here. But I'm going, I would like one with the crossbar lock. Actually, I'd like one. You know what? I'd like one in the Eutektik line with a crossbar lock and G10, like orange G10 or purple G10. Wouldn't that be awesome? Holy shit, awesome. With a 4-inch blade? Wow. I mean, you could take that to the kitchen and do shit with that.
Okay.
I mean, this one's going to be a little fancy for that, but oh well.
Well, I will use it in the kitchen. I like to use expensive knives in the kitchen.
And the Magna Cut is now being used in the Benchmade Salt series. Well, actually in the Spyderco Salt series because it's so non-corrosive. So absolutely you can use it in the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah. You just gotta take care of yourself. I mean, if you're gonna go and use it, for food prep, make sure to not get stuff into the pivot. Like I've seen videos where people purposely get stuff into the pivot, and I'm like, yeah, but why would you do that? It's a folder, but they purposely do it, and they're like, oh yeah, now that there's stuff in the pivot, it doesn't work so well. Wow, you must be a genius or something.
Hold on. You could unscrew the 2 screws. There's probably, how many screws hold that knife together? Pivot screw. There
is a back screw here. And then there's 3 screws that hold this knife together. That's it. Okay.
So you could unscrew the 3 screws, pop it apart, flush everything out.
Yeah.
Put a little lube on it, like KPL or some non-corrosive thing, like this kind of shit, EDCI or whatever, and you're good to go. I mean, you spray it down.
If they purposely get stuff in the pivot to make it not work well, I can only imagine how if they could take apart knives or something.
What they do with their other knives. Yeah, I try and take care of my knives, especially if they get into goopy shit. Yeah, I hose them down with hot water and everything, but then I blow dry them out, and then I dump lube into them, or even spray them with WD-40 in the working areas, because that's corrosive stuff.
If you just put it under the sink to wash it, to rinse it out, and then take a can of compressed air, blow out the pivot and the inside so it's all dried out, and just let it air dry, you're fine. And with the bearing pivots, you need the minimal amount of oil, because the more oil you put in there, it's going to gather like pocket lint. Minimal. minimal. Yeah. So
I get you.
that's coming out, and then we're gonna do like the field duty access lock. Oh shit! I said access lock. Crossbar lock. Excuse me. Crossbar lock.
Oh, you're making Benchmade knives now. Oh, so you're stealing
man.
from Benchmade. You're stealing. Okay, just kidding.
I love those guys. I've known them forever.
Oh,
But,
yeah, I like Benchmade knives. Yeah,
lock,
shit.
in the field duty, this will be the one after the cuff.
Yeah, I love the field duty. Oh, I got my Arctic banger over here somewhere.
Somewhere.
My $8,000 fancy one, yeah. Right in here. Yeah, baby. Arctic Frosty Frost. So hell yeah. No, I love it. I love the field duty. But you also made a 4-inch field duty in the past.
I made a 3.75-inch field duty. That was the original. And then people complained that it was a little too big. They want you, Lee. You know, they want you. You know. It's too big for my pockets. So, you know.
It's too big. It's too big.
Yes.
No, it can't be too big. It's impossible. I mean, okay, say that about this, you know. It's too big. No, it's not. That's just about right. Yeah. I mean, you got something under your nails you need. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Never mind. So the field duty you're doing in a crossbar lock with Magna Cut.
Yes. Magna Cut.
How can it be wrong? Now, hold on. And a crossbar. So crossbar. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so as opposed to the liner lock built in under, which is a pain in the ass to manufacture, obviously. But but the crossbar lock, great.
And if you take off the scale, you can take off the scale on each side. We did do 3 holes for you to put the spring.
Thank you, God.
Okay, so you can set the tension as tough as you want or as loose as you want. Okay, on the Omega springs there.
Okay, so can I take like the back scale off without having to take the front, and I can take the front one off without having to take the back one off?
Yes.
So that's like the Kaiser clutch lock setup. Thank God it's so much easier, because the problem with Benchmade and the access lock is the pivot on the front has no access. So you can take this off and pull this, right? And then you can take the Omega spring off. But then the problem is you can't do that on the front, okay? Because the front has no access. So then what you got to do is you got to push the whole pivot through, pull it out, then you can pull this off, and then you can do that. But when you reassemble it, how do you do that? How do you do that when you got it? I mean, try it and get back to me if there's some simple method, because I've never figured that out. It's always been a pain because I've had to kind of in a very delicate way, push this whole assembled pivot and everything through, and then do the stuff on the back. But if you have a separate access and you can pull them each apart separately, which means you got like a 3-piece pivot.
Yeah.
Then it's so much easier. It's so simple.
So we try to do it, and I tried to design it with like full liners just because it is stronger, even though there's a little bit more weight with steel liners. But eventually we want to offer like maybe different scale options if that's possible.
Yeah.
You know, because there are guys who, you know, they buy one knife, and then maybe we have like maybe 2 or 3 different sets of scales that will fit the same knife. That's one of the reasons why we want to go this route. And it took a lot of time because like I drew it first I sent it to Riyadh. Then I was like, hold on. I'm thinking about this because I drew it with the partial liner, like the way other companies have done it, right? And I was like, well, that doesn't always work because some of those scales aren't really that rigid, and I could squeeze the handle together.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know nobody enjoys that. So I redid it, and then I looked at the size, and I'm doing this, and I had about 5 different revisions before we settled on this last revision. So, like, for those of you who think about knife design and you're thinking like, once you draw it and you 3D the drawing and then you fit all the parts together, that's it. That isn't it. Sometimes you go back and you're like, what about this size? Would this work better? What would more people carry? You know, and all that is worked out because you don't want to come out with another product and then people are like, well, it's too big. Well, I know it's not for you, Lee. You are never too big.
It's never. Yeah.
But for most people, they're like, yeah, 3¼ to 3½ inch. That's a good carry size.
I get you.
Yeah. So we went back to the drawing board. I had to reconfigure the drawings, reconfigure the three-dimensional artwork, refit everything back into to make it a model, and then send it again and again and again and again 5 times before I got it to what I want now. Yeah. And it doesn't happen all at once. So it's not like I did it all within a span of like 2 days. Like I did it, a couple of weeks pass by. Then I go back and think about it. I'm like, and then a couple of weeks go by and I redraw it, and a couple of weeks go by. So this took months. Yeah. And I'm very
thankful. So you're gonna you want to come up with a situation where you can do extra. You can do accessories. So you can do scales with maybe fat carbon or this or that or micarta or whatever. So you can be able to sell scales that will fit on your knives where they can change it up.
Mm-hmm. And not only the scales, the clips, the accessories, we think about how, okay, if like the situation you described with the other company's knife, how easy would it be for one of my customers to take it apart and do it themselves? Or are they gonna so I'm guilty of this too, is when I take apart a knife, I drop a screw and then I spend like half an hour looking for the screw all around my floor, right? Yeah, all that stuff, all that fun stuff when we take apart knives that most people don't talk about. You drop a screw and then you're like, shit.
Yeah, I know.
Where is it now?
It disappears too.
Cleaning floors and you find it.
So, so you're going to make it simple to disassemble and to be able to swap one after the other scales without having to get into a big fit with anything, because you don't have to completely explode everything apart on the knife. You can just take this side off, the scale, screw it back together, go on this side, take that scale off, plop it, put it back together. So you don't have to pull the blade, the pivot, the bearings, the everything out just to be able to do that, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, that'd be good.
One of the logical steps about it is, it's the evolution as we go along of how we try to make it easier for customers. Because even though we tell people do not take apart the knives, almost everybody take apart the knives. Now, if they're responsible in how they take apart the knives, the hardware is going to last them for a long time, And if they're not, then they screw up the hardware. And then they get to buy new hardware, But we try to make it as easy as possible for people to take apart their knives. And that's one of the reasons why I switched to all the hardened stainless hardware, because everybody was taking apart knives.
When you do a run of knives and this and that, do you request Riot send you some bags of some extra
Yeah,
like pivots and
yeah,
screws and shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's one of the things is that we make for clips. You know, pivots are usually not that big an issue. Pivots are,
No, no, no.
but like all the other body screws,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And one of the things that we may try to do, if possible, is maybe up the sizes of the Torx instead of a T8, maybe a little bit bigger. But that is something that we'll see if we can do or not.
Yeah, I mean, if I if I had any recommendation, it would be I would want on all the knives you do, whether they're Eutektik or Liong Mah series, I would want all the screws to be T8s. I think
Yeah,
you can really even do that on the pocket clip screws. I've seen it done before, so I think that's also available to be done. Then you only have to have one size, is a T8
right,
to do
right.
everything, unless you want to do maybe a T9 or 10 on the pivot
Well,
screw. I
the
think,
pivot on the Eutektik EFD there is a 8, and then the body clip screws are 6.
yeah, I know.
So they did that because of that was available to them.
Yeah.
And so, but eventually we want to simplify all this for our customers and ourselves. So we don't have to have like three different sizes of torque
Yeah.
wrenches.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay, so that'd be good. And actually, a thought, and some people do this, most people don't, which is to include just a little packet of like 2 or 3 extra screws with each knife.
Yeah, that is coming. It's been a long time coming. I did request that, and it was too difficult for them to do at the time. But I've seen other manufacturers do it. I just have to make it a part of the order. And
Yeah,
that
I
is
mean,
something
most of
that,
the Kaiser knives that are out now, like this little swags thing, if you look at the thing, they've got a little pouch and they've got like 3 or 4 screws in there. And
right.
actually, it came in handy one time out of the thousands of knives I probably disassembled. One time I had one that wasn't catching, wasn't doing right, and I couldn't figure it out. But I go, whoa, I thank God I've got an extra screw.
Right.
And you know what? It worked. And so it saved me. So that was good. But right, most times, as long as you don't lose the screw, you don't really, it's not that important. But yeah, it can be handy. And it can save you a service return type of fixer upper thing too. So
Yeah,
it can
most of
save
the
you
time.
grief.
So I've been doing this for 10 years. In the 10 years, I think I've had less than 20 requests for parts.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty rare then. Yeah.
And it's because most knife buyers and users are pretty responsible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, but the thing is, as long as they email me and ask me for what it is, I'll send it out to them, and I send it out to them in a regular envelope, so it just comes in regular mail, and they have it, So in the last 10 years, maybe 20,
Wow.
maybe
That's
less.
that's not much. Yeah.
And I think in the beginning, it was like the fear of like, okay, we're gonna send all these screws out, and so there's just gonna be like thousands of little bags of screws in and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And then, we haven't talked about we've talked about the cuff and we've talked about the eutectic field duty. What we haven't talked about is, if we're going to be staying on the eutectic thing, is also be aware that the eutectic trinity, and I've had several people say this before, like months ago, I wish they had a black bladed version. They are available now, right?
Yes. So
I mean, I have some on my website that you can get. Here's the orange with the black blade and the black pocket clip and the black screws. Okay.
yeah, even
So
even the locks and the hardware
Yeah,
and
the
all the liners
liners.
are all blacked. Yeah.
Halloween edition right here. Halloween
This is the
edition.
Halloween edition. So all the Eutectics come with stone wash and also black wash. And I have also updated my website where they can, when someone orders it, they can choose right hand or left hand. True left-handed variation.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I forgot. So you
Yeah,
actually have a liner lock
on the
where
left-hand side.
it's an actual left-handed liner lock. So you
Yeah.
can get a true left-handed knife, not just,
Yes.
well, I can flip the pocket clip from one side or the other. This is
Exactly.
obviously ambidextrous. This is ambidextrous. The cutout for opening is ambidextrous, but now the actual liner itself is left-handed. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotta
And
think of the lefties.
then and then the field duty, right? The Eutektik field duty, is that available in a black blade yet?
Yes, it's on my website. All of them are released onto my website, and the same when they order, they get to choose right or lefty.
Okay, so you can go right or left with these as well, and or black blade as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now that we know that, I want to talk about the eraser because that's one thing you haven't talked about yet. And that is also coming out like the cup is. Ooh, that's good looking.
Yeah, it's a full 4-inch blade.
Yeah, it's a 9er. Is it 9 1/4?
9.
It's a big dog.
And in the version 2, I incorporated a choil for people who like choils because it's a bigger knife.
Yeah.
And it's one of my knives that has like the pommel. So your pinky always catches here, and it's just a very comfortable grip. You know? Yeah.
The eraser.
That's right.
I had one for several years, and I got it because somebody sent it in to sell on one of my YouTube, when I was doing the YouTube monthly knife sales. And nobody bought it because I think it had some scratches on the clip and stuff. And I go, I don't give a shit. I mean, the price came down to where I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm buying it. And I bought it, and I kept it for several years before somebody traded me out of it. But I'm always going, that's one knife I should have never let go. But because you can't get them no more, but now you will be able to get them, and maybe in Magna Cut.
Maybe in Magna Cut, my friend.
Wow.
Maybe in
That'd
Magna
be cool.
Cut. This would be the knife that you can use in Magna Cut.
Oh, wow. Now that'll cut something in the kitchen. 4-inch blade. We're getting after it.
Yeah. 4-inch blade, Magna Cut. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And the clip on this is righty lefty. It's like the old Field Duty clip.
Oh, so you can flip that easy. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Amen, brother, on that. I mean, I love the eraser, and that has been gone too long.
Yeah.
But you know what? Again, I know this is probably a pain in the ass to you, but some form or fashion of the eraser in the Eutektik line, wow. Then you know you can just drag it around wherever you want to go. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have like $400 and whatever, $500 in it. You got like $85 to $100 or whatever it is in it, and you could just, that would be holy shit, because I love the design.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be fun to drag around.
That would be fun. That would be a great knife to carry around if I can make it light enough, because everything on the Eutektik line has been like 3.5 to maybe 4 ounce. And I want to keep that weight because I want people to take it outdoors, camping and everything with them. So I worry about the weight a lot, especially for when I because you know me, that's one of my personal gripes is not to carry like a 6-ounce knife when I'm walking on the outside and stuff like that. So
well, especially like the Trinity and I don't know why the trendy is not getting a lot more love. This is, I mean, nice big choil. Get up on that. Great blade shape. I love it. I've got it. These are my Trinities. Okay. I carry them a lot. And even in the hot South. Okay. Because you know what? It's 3.5 ounces. It is 3.5 ounces. It weighs nothing. Yet it's like 8.5 inches overall length. It's almost, I mean, it's 3.8 whatever inch blade. It's a big, I mean, it's technically supposed to be what, 3.65 or something, but it actually measures bigger than that when you go to here. And you know what? Oh, dog. And you know what? I mean, just drop shutty. Mine drop shutty. I mean,
yeah.
So I've got this in my SUV. Okay, it's always in there, and then this is around the house user, and they're just light, easy to carry, but they're you. And on my site, you get the entire swag pack of the patch, the koozie, and the channel sticker, and the card and everything with it if you order one. But I mean, I just think they speak for themselves. Can you get 14C and G10 for less money? Yeah, get a Ganzo or I mean, I don't care. Here's the thing. If you want a Todd Bag Bodega, it's G10 and D2. Yes, you can get G10 and D2 for $25, but not Todd Bag. Okay, so I mean, the argument's just kind of weird because yes, prices vary. Go on Blade HQ, type in G10. And you'll come up with a lot of Italian knives and knives from here and there that are famous designers and stuff. And no, they're not $25. They're $100 or whatever. Yet they're just a user stealing G10. Okay, that's fine. The argument's not that. The thing is, do I love this designer's stuff? And do I want that? And the fact that these are overseen by Riot, okay, and the fact that they are super fidget friendly, front flipper, top flipper, full size, super lightweight for their size, and a Liong Mah design. Okay, that's enough. Okay, and the swag pack from LTK is worth, like, it's a retail value of $840, right? And you're getting that free.
You know, Lee, we have heard this argument the same year after year, right? Someone's calling you.
Oh, it's Donald Trump. He wants my opinion on what he should do now. Ah!
Of course, I mean, you know. So, you know, it's like people trying to argue, like, well, it is 14C and it's G10. How come it's not less? Well, you can go for the less one. Go ahead. No,
it's the race to the bottom. And who's in the lead?
Go ahead. We're trying to raise, you know, keep a roof over our heads, keep our bills going.
No, you don't deserve to make a living.
Other people. So we have to run a business properly, you know. And so, yeah, if you're looking for like the cheapest knife, you can always find a cheaper version anywhere.
Go to your local bodega.
Oh, yeah.
And the gas station knives are there, the M-Techs and all that.
Right.
You can
go to
knock
Walmart.
yourself out.
Walmart is the cheapest now. It's like $3.95.
But I mean, you know, do what you need to do. I mean, do what you need to do.
Exactly.
But I'm tired of I mean, I'm not tired of hearing it. Say what you want on my reviews. I don't care. Yeah. Hey, it's overpriced for those materials. Okay, that's fine. I mean, and you're not a buyer that's going to buy a Todd Bag or a Vox Design or Janzanzo or Liong Mah or anything like that, because you're not going to buy that for $25. But that's okay. I mean, you buy what you need to buy, and that's fine. Okay.
Right.
I mean, God bless you. We all have different tastes. It's wonderful to be a knife community with divergent tastes, and that's good.
Exactly.
And yet there's going to be a shitload of people that are going to buy this Field Duty for $85 because you know what? It's a book. It's a Field Duty. I mean,
well, let them have their argument. See, I've heard that for as long as I've been around, and I don't go argue back with them.
This is 3.8 ounces. 3.8 ounces. That's
Yes.
pretty light. Ah! I cut my damn finger off.
Dude, I got bit like probably like half a dozen times already. Those things are sharp.
You know what? I'm surprised I'm not bleeding. Oh, but that's okay. I got plenty of napkins around here anyhow.
Your skin is tough, Lee. Your skin is tough.
Especially after SHOTShow.
Oh man. SHOTShow was like a blur to me this year. I mean, you would think 4 days is a long time. 4 days is not a long time. You know, I think even if there was a show that's 7 days, if it was 7 days, you still would not see everything. You still would like not remember the screen, because you're trying to see what is important to you and have those conversations. But those conversations can be anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, right? So there's only so much in the day that you can get done. And then afterwards, you got to call the people that you make contact with, and then try to see like if they remember you. So I was enough to be part of the Riyadh booth this year, and I was there the whole time.
So you were kind of trapped in your booth. I thought you were going to have time to just walk the show, but you didn't really, did you?
No, I didn't. And you know, it kind of gave me a glimpse into like what do I want to do. So next year I will probably get my own booth, but I'll probably bring at least 1 or 2 more people with me.
Like me? I'm sorry, we could have an LTK booth.
Oh yeah, you could have an LTK booth.
Well, we could. I mean, incorporate.
Booth.
Yeah.
You know, I can have LTK at my booth, and then you can do interviews with all the people coming in. Yeah, and stuff like that. So like, but like when I'm at the booth, I'm there to just like see whoever comes by and talk to them, tell them more about my brand, tell them more about what is happening with the brand. And I'm happy to be there. But I know in the next year and the year after, I will definitely need to have my own space, maybe expand on the Eutektik line, because that's mostly the line for the people who go there for, and really be able to chase those dealers, you know, and show them products that they will want to carry. Yeah.
You know, it might be interesting to actually, maybe it sounds a little aggressive, but I mean, to have other scales available for the Eutektik knives. I mean, maybe to offer like some kind of fat carbon option, even though it sounds expensive, but I've seen people take $50 or $60 knives and throw $150 worth of mods on them, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And maybe also, you know what? On the Eutektik knife, also instead of this, actually have a milled titanium clip as an option, like Civivi's doing. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That would be interesting. That would.
But I mean, there's so many directions you can go.
Comments, but it's like, you know, titanium clips for users. You know, I don't know.
I know, but they do it. I mean, and then the aftermarket, they have scales. I mean, you go to just a paramilitary 2 or a PM3, PM3. I mean, I know they're $100, but they're not like $300 knives. And you can buy all kinds of exotic scales, spacers, clips, and all that kind of shit for a knife that you may buy on the secondary, used market for like $85 or $95, like an old PMT, and you dress it up, and you could spend like another $100 and some dollars, but it's out there, and apparently people are making money doing it.
That's amazing. That is amazing. That would be the goal. Yeah. That would be the goal for eventuality.
Yeah.
But right now we're just getting the gears started on this, and you need to kick the gear into high gear now and get it into the hands of more people and get it. And so that's my first priority is to get it into the hands of more and more people. So for those of you who are willing to take a chance on my new line, I'll be eternally grateful for you giving me a shot. And then write me a feedback. Write me a feedback, an honest feedback of you using the knife, and let me know how I can improve it for you. That's what I would
So
love.
let me ask you this. On the eraser, is that going to be a generalized release date that's about the same as the cuff?
No, they'll come later. They'll probably either
Further,
come
okay.
either late in the year or early next year.
Okay.
Yeah, because Riyadh is booked up, guys.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, I get flooded with knives that are like Vero Engineering. I think Riyadh's theirs, or maybe it's Bestech. I mean, it's either Bestech or Riyadh that seems to be the OEM, and there's just a billion different Americans that are having Riyadh do their OEM work, and so it's trillions. I mean, I can't imagine they even have the capacity to do all the different brands that they're OEMing now. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like a lot of companies, a lot of the smaller American companies, like myself, they will have a project with this OEM and this OEM and then this OEM and then this OEM. But I have stuck primarily with Riyadh because I think they have delivered on what they said they would deliver. And that's the most important thing to me. It's not the price point. Price point to me is secondary because if I don't have to check every single component of the knife when it comes here, that to me is saving me something more valuable than just money. It's my time. My time is the most money. And so I was explaining this to one of my friends is that every business owner, they want to hire other people that they can train like 80, 90, 95, 99, 100%. And they want to be able to train that person to be able to do things and not to be able to have to look over their shoulder every 5 minutes if they're doing things correctly or not. And that's the most important key when you find a partner to work with is that you can go do your stuff and you don't have to look over their shoulder to see if they're doing things correctly or not. And that's what I have with Riyadh. And so I've stuck with them, and they have even taken on by producing the Eutektik line for me. They're not using their own machines, but they're using shops that they oversee to produce it for me. And so that's why you get this buttery, smooth drop shuttiness right out of the box. And you get the even grinds, you get, the lockup action. You have everything that you have in a more expensive product because they oversee the quality of it. So with that, I mean, that's why I cannot also sell it for some of the price points that you see in the market because those price points are super low and I cannot match those price points. So for me to deliver a quality product, I have to price it a certain way. And that's what I'm comfortable pricing at. Maybe one day I can bring the price down a little bit more as we increase the quantity. But right now the quantities are limited. Yeah.
Well, and then like you were talking to me weeks and weeks ago about, and what I've learned myself by doing the LTK result, right? Which is still
Right.
available at White Mountain, by the way. But the OEM project that I did with this, with Wee Knives and stuff, what you learn about is, you got to pay money for when you put extra hardware in the box. Then you got to
Yep.
worry about packaging. That's just for the knives, is what they charge you. And then you go, oh, you mean you want a pouch, a box, maybe a sticker? Oh, you want a microfiber cloth? Those are all a la carte, right? And
Yep.
then, so, and then you want a bag of not only little parts that I put in each box, but I have a big bunch of extra clips, pivots, stuff that they did for me. That costs money too.
Right.
Okay. And then you got to worry about what are my costs from MasterCard and Visa when people buy it and they use their credit card. I get charged, then I got to ship it. So it
Yes.
charges me for shipping. And then the envelopes, the labels, the time and the effort. And then if I get a return, I got to refund their money. Then that knife is either can be resold if it's okay, basically. But it was it has a scratch here, so we got to mark it down. So the markdowns or the returns, this, and all that. So those are all costs too. Okay.
Right. And
Instead
that's
of
what
you
most
go,
people who don't run a business, they don't see all the little costs. And
and
you know
then
what you
I sent knives out to a bunch of different people to do
Right.
reviews. Well,
Right.
that's a whole, these are $240 something, a $220 after discount. But then I'm sending it to then how many, like $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 worth of my stuff is just gone. And I want, that's the cost of promotion, like you do too, right? Because you're not getting this back, bitch. So I mean that guy.
Oh man!
Oh, and I think I'm keeping the Halloween edition too.
Oh my God!
But
listen to these guys. And I gotta do a podcast with Lee and all this other stuff. So we're talking about
it's all costs.
These are the costs. And the thing is, you want to make it as simple for the people you're working with. So I have to sit there and brainstorm what I want in the package, right?
Yeah.
And so most of the time, they just send me the knives, and then I have to put in the cloth for wiping down the blade. I have to put in my patch. I have to put in the business card, and then I got to pack it up into little pouches. But then those pouches are pain when you go to a knife show because every pouch is black. So you got to label it properly. And then you got to make sure like what color and what SKU and everything is on that label. So then we can have it. But the same thing as with the Eutektik line, it all comes with like white boxes with a black pouch on the inside. And then now we got to put in a little patch. We got to put in the business card, and then we got to label the top of the box so everybody knows what is in what box. Yeah. Crazy.
I didn't get no patch. Are you putting patches in Eutektik now?
I put a mini Liong Mah patch in there now.
Oh, do you? Oh,
I gotta send you some patches. Some patches, Lee.
So yeah, I mean, I've got them in the Eutektik. Not in the Eutektik, but my normal Liong Mah stuff. I got them. But okay, so that's interesting. So that costs money because I know one thing. I bought these. I spent $850.
Yeah.
Okay, $850 for 500 of them. I mean, so they're over $1 a piece. Just my raw ass cost, and I think I had to pay shipping on top of that,
right?
And whatever else. So,
first of all, most patches aren't made in the USA, and if they did, it won't.
No, they're not. Yeah,
they'll probably be like $6 a patch or something.
Oh, they'd be way more. So I mean, this is a good quality patch, but it's costing me what, $1.30 or something plus shipping,
you
plus
won't
whatever.
Be able to give it away, and that's the thing that most people don't realize. The knives that we are talking about, if they were made here, they would be $300 each.
Yeah,
on the Eutektik line, and then on the Liong Mah line, they'll be over $1,000. And that's the basic economy of it, Yeah, would I want my products to be made in the USA? I've tried over 15 years to have a line of knives made in the USA. And
I heard your story when we were talking. Yeah, I know.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen not because I didn't try. It didn't happen because of years of frustration, years of getting parts that didn't match up. Years of it will cost me more to fix this part than to actually just ditch the whole part altogether. All that stuff was all learning.
And you know what? That hasn't changed. Marshall Noble with Legion Steel knives, he worked his ass off to try and get a knife made in the USA. Couldn't get it done. And he thought, I mean, he just like, I don't care what you're going to charge me to make it. I'll pay it. And it finally, they kept throwing up more and more objections and finally just said, Legion of Steel, Marshall, no, you're not significant enough for us to even do it. Forget it. I mean, just finally got to the final objection, which is we were never serious about actually doing it for you. But we thought we would get you to say no once we hit you the pricing and all this shit. And the fact that it's going to take 2 years to get one done and this and that. And so he ended up going to China, which is like, Bob Terzuola, who just recently got inducted into the Knife Makers Hall of Fame. I mean, the same thing, Fair and Forge people and Chavez and everybody else, right? Pena, everybody else, boom, boom, boom. All got to go. Arcane, Damn Designs, everybody else got to go, got to go, got to go. Sharp by Design, got to go. And it's sad. It's sad, but
and a lot of guys is like this, like they may have access to a CNC machine, but what you guys don't understand about having access to a CNC machine is only one machine. You need like 3 or 4 to be able to produce all the parts that you want to produce, and that's only for one knife.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys may have 2 or 3 machines, but they're still producing a part at a time.
Yeah.
And then you got a micrometer each part as they come off the machine.
Oh God. Yeah.
It's even a little tiny burr, and it's not going to fit right.
Yeah.
That part isn't going to fit right.
You got to get them Nat's ass. And you know what? It's amazing. I didn't know this, but actually China is capable of having the exact same machines as the United States. Now, I thought that was illegal, but apparently not.
No, because they're all built in China anyway.
Oh, no, don't say that. Please.
Let me just ruin it all for everybody now.
Oh, you destroyed my world.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what? You destroyed my world, and I'm really pissed off. I'm pissed off.
We make America great again by paying taxes in America. Okay, Lee?
Oh, you're right. And then, you know what? I've got a Hispanic side of my family, right? They're Cubans and stuff. And so I'm trying to learn Spanish so I can go across the border and come back and get one of those $5,000 Visa cards and a plane ticket to anywhere. Because I'm going, oh my God.
When that works for you, I'm going to do it myself.
Well, see, that's the thing. Well, we've got Asians coming across the border. It doesn't matter where you're from. Hey, we could go together. Me
when
and
you tell me that works for you, I'm going to be the next plane out. I'm going to be on the
Roseanne,
next plane
there
out.
was a guy, actually, it was a disc jockey in San Diego, and he was Hispanic, though. But he says, I went across the border, came back 4 times. I got $2,000 every time. I made $8,000 in 30 days running back and forth across. Because you can go to Mexico, just walk. You don't need a passport or anything, right?
Right. I mean,
and coming back, you don't need anything either. You just go, I need amnesty. And so then you give you 2,000. I'm going, you got gypped. There's other NGOs handing out 5,000. So, I mean, you know.
When you're in Southern California and you're at the border, you do not need any driver's license or any passport to walk into Mexico.
Oh, no. I went through Arizona. No, you don't need anything to go into.
Turnstile. They have a turnstile system. It's like a turnstile at the airport where you go in, but you cannot come back out.
No, you can't come back out.
You go through the immigration side and you show in your driver's license and your passport.
But you got to have a passport to come back in. And so, or you might have to have a special card or something. But I had a passport.
Years ago, when I went over there with my friend, he was like, no, you don't need a passport to cross. You just need your driver's license.
Yeah.
And I was like, all you need is your driver's license? They're like, yeah, all you need is your driver's license. So we crossed the turnstile. We ate some food. And then a couple hours later, we walked back through immigration. And that was it. That's all we did, and so it's like
I want my $5,000.
Yeah, I want my $5,000.
And then it's like, I'll take that $5,000, put it in my bank account so I can pay my $10,000 of taxes every year. So I can get my rebate of what I paid as a taxpayer by just going back and forth across the border. Oh, is this my money I'm getting again? Is this my money?
No,
I'm
this
so
is not
happy
your
to
money.
fund that.
This is not your money because that money was already used a couple of years ago. This is money that we're borrowing at a higher interest rate because we no longer have that nice interest rate before. Okay. Oh man.
What? I mean, you need to shine a little light on this, Leon. Oh,
Olight. Yeah. I like that hat.
Olight. And you know what? I've seen this on Olight when what's his face, Sean or whatever his name is, did this, his stuff, and I go, no, I want the Olight because the Olight hat they sent me was this black one with a little O on this side. I go, no, I want the one he wears. And so when I was at the booth at the SHOTShow and doing a video with him, the man, right? I go, and he was wearing one of these. I go, I want this hat. Don't make me get you in a headlock, take you to the ground, okay? He goes, no, please, you're a stud. I'm fearful. So he went back. He goes, I might actually have one in the back. And it's like, you better. So as he was trembling with fear. Now he went back and he came back and gave me one of these. I go, my life is complete. I have been dreaming about having this hat for years now.
Your life is complete. That's all you ever wanted in your life.
Yeah, I'm a simple guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what's it, Leonard Skinner? I'm a simple kind of man, you know? And I'm just saying.
All you need is a case of Coors Light and the Olight hat, and you're done.
I just need Coors Light. Yes. But you never knew that I worked for Cal Fire, did you?
I don't think any of us know.
I'm actually a hero first responder. Yes, I am.
Oh, man.
No,
Nice.
Just kidding. I got that from my buddy Matt Ormsby that lives out in California. And, I mean, he's my age and he's got issues because he got knocked off of a 6-story building by a crane, but when he was an iron worker. But I mean, he sent me some really cool shit because he worked for Cal Fire. I mean, he was a volunteer machine operator, whatever. And so he sent me some way cool shit. It's just like, oh my God, Matt. I mean, and I don't know. I mean, I've been talking to him on phone for a long time, but check this out. I mean, when they'd have these fires, of course, California people would go, hey, let's make a T-shirt about it. We can make money.
Like, what? They have the fire and then they make a T-shirt.
Actually, they make a T-shirt. There's the tar fire. How about that? And he goes, I've got some of these T-shirts sitting in a drawer. I've never opened them. You've done anything. And I sent him some stuff, and including a SHOTShow T-shirt and stuff to him. And so he sent me those. It's like, oh my God, they are way ass cool. Am I violating some first responder code by wearing them? And he goes, no. I mean, just, you know. And so I just
SHOTShow T-shirt. How come you didn't send me no SHOTShow T-shirt, Lee? Huh?
Because you were at SHOTShow, you could have bought one anytime you wanted.
Fine, but you get them for free, you know.
Bullshit. Oh no! I tell you, yeah. I walk by, I put on my hat like this, and they go, "Oh, you can have anything in the booth you want. I love you." Bullshit. No. You don't get shit for free. There.
Oh,
I mean, everything is
just ruined it for me.
Expensive.
I thought it was free.
But I had Patreons because I told them, hey, I'm going to go to SHOTShow, and they do have a thing where you can buy a SHOTShow patch or this, like this, okay? And so, actually, I have an extra one if anybody's interested. But, so I bought some T-shirts and stuff, sent them to people, this and this and this. Yeah. if you're on my Patreon group, you could have ordered one through me and I would have bought you one. Because once they're gone, they're gone. They're not available. So they happen during the show and then they're gone. Like this one here. Is this good? Can you see the back?
I can see the back, but your chair is also blocking part of the view.
This way? Oh, this?
Yeah, now it's good. We can see it all.
Okay. Oh, you can see it all? Oh my God.
Totally, dude. You're just exposed yourself.
I thought I looked like the Nord's refrigerator guy. Oh, I can see his butt crack. Just kidding. Okay.
Oh my God.
Remember that? Who was that? Was that Dan Aykroyd that did that on SNL? He'd go in there and he had the pants halfway down. And he wasn't even a BLM protester. Oh!
Oh, man.
Oh! But, oh my God, it was funny as shit. It was a good skit. Okay, so am I going to have to kick you out because I got a 6 o'clock drop for my Patreon group on a brand new clump of knives, a new clump of knives, and they get first shot at them. So nice. I'll guarantee you what'll sell first. It'll be the Jack Wolf After Hours frame lock flipper in that Kratom, whatever Kratos. It's an acrylic. Kryptonite. Yeah, that's it. Kryptonite.
Kieranite.
Kieranite green. What's green? It's like kryptonite.
Yeah. I seen that. I saw that on your feed.
Here's the Midgard's kryptonite right here. This will get the women. They'll run for you.
It's the rape whistle.
Oh, yeah, that happens. I carry that with me because I'm such a hot dude that women run and they tackle me. And
they
you know, it's
have
just
their way with you, Lee. They just want to have their way with you.
It's Lee, tough because at my age, I can only handle 3 at a time.
You got to take one for the team and please some of these women. You know, just take one for the team.
There's my Olight. Oh yeah, I got some good shit at this show, right?
Nice.
And I got some extras. I mean, is that cool? There are people. Oh, I do have 2 or 3 extras of these. Max Ace, that kind of thing. So, and in case you're a hoe for Hogue, there you go, hoe for Hogue. Or if you've been made for the bench, that kind of thing. So, just saying. Oh, and who's got crane cutlery? You know, you probably should have scored a few of these, dumbass, because you were right there with them.
I was right next to them. Oh, my God.
I know.
Oh, shit. I messed up. I messed up, man. I messed up.
Hey, they gave me a trainer.
Yeah, because you will cut yourself with the
an XO. So they gave. Oh, we saw your review of our XOK, whatever. So you need the trainer. So they gave me a trainer. No, they didn't give me the regular one. They gave me the trainer. You need practice many times. Practice.
Your Asian accent sucks.
I know. You doctor yet?
Me doctor, long time. You didn't know that, did you?
The doctor of love. Yeah,
exactly.
You're the doctor of knives. You're the knife whisperer. So I want the eraser. How many of those erasers do you have that you could send? Did they make just one or more than one of those for you to review?
I'm not saying a word, dude.
Okay, so I want you to send. I'm 90 miles away. You can come get it. I mean, I want you to send it to me so I can put it on my channel, so people could pre-order it, even though they can't get it for a year. I wish you lived in a town that was more stuff to do. Oh yeah, well, I mean, you ran up a $300 bill at Watering Hole.
No, my part of the bill was like $30. All right.
Are you saying that I drank an excessive amount of
I think
alcohol?
your part of the bill, just the drinks wise, was like $250.
That's a good thing about getting this hat. It'll be free now. It'll be free.
Oh,
So there you go.
Let's see that happen. Let's see that happen.
You wear that in San Francisco, you just get your ass kicked. That's it. Which is fun. I mean,
they don't kick asses over there, man. They just rob everybody.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I mean,
that's why all the stores are closing.
I'm a member of Antifa. I need 50 more of my gang to beat you up because you're almost 70 years old. Holy shit. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh, my God. Well,
holy crap.
Have a good drop on your knives for your Patreon group. And we'll see you on the next one. Okay.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate it. And you guys out there have a great one. Yeah. And until next time, which should be a week to 10 days before we do our next podcast, we will announce the winner of somebody going to get the field duty.
Yeah, guys.
It could be worse. Yeah.
Oh, if you want to enter for the field duty, please comment on this video on my YouTube channel.
I'll give you the link to his YouTube video of this podcast. Go and comment on it, and we will pick the winner on comments on Liong's channel.
Yeah, comment Eutektik EFD. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so I'll put that down below. How to enter for the Eutektik EFD. Go to this video, link here, and comment Eutektik EFD plus whatever else you want to say, which is, you are a knife god. I worship you. That kind of thing.
We're just humans. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
Mere humans.
Mere humans.
Okay.
Mere humans. All right, guys. Have a great week.
Okay.